Why do you think you immediately lie over the stupidest things?
I honestly don't know. I lie to you sometimes because I'm scared of what you would say if I said the truth.
Most of our arguments revolve around her lying. It has almost become second nature to her. Like, she doesn't know how to stop. Like, it's an automatic reflex for her to just spit out a lie. You can say, is the sky blue? And she'll say, no, it's brown.
Before the show, I instructed Heather and Marissa to each fill out what Dr. Borba calls the core assets survey. Now, Heather focused on what she believes her daughter's positive traits are, and Marissa focused on what she believes her own positive traits are. Now, we highlighted in yellow where they agreed, and there was a lot of agreement here,
There
right?
was. It was remarkably wonderful. And here's why that's so critical. The first step to really raising a resilient child is knowing who your child is, not what you want them to become, but who is this kid, because then your parenting can just help that child along the way. The other thing we know, just a tip for every parent at home, if you can figure out what your child's strengths or interests or hobbies are, that's highly correlated to resilient kids, because now they have something to decompress with. But you're looking at some real positives here that the two of them seem to have a knowledge of some of the basic parts of one another.
Yeah, you see her the way she sees herself in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Like, Heather, you see her as passionate, fair, relates well to others, as she sees herself as passionate, fair, and relates well to others.
And there's some other things that are really good, because another trait of a resilient kid is the friendly, the social competence aspect, which you've got. Likable, you've got some real great strengths there, and those are pluses. So we put that in the back corner of our brain, so we go, parents, start reinforcing those.
All right, let's go to the next page. Okay, now these are the disagreements here. And can you highlight the disagreements for us?
Yeah, the number one thing, if we looked at 7 traits that matter most in terms of raising a resilient child, because thrivers are made, not born, this is one of the most highly correlated one. The ability to calmly cope with life. That's what you got to do. But you're seeing disabilities here on coping abilities, delaying gratification, holding off and not jumping forward and making the decision. Focusing. Don't worry, because this isn't genetic. You can teach all of these, but this is your new framework, Mom, that I've got 3 years. I'm going to help my kid learn to self-regulate.
Yeah, so Heather thinks that Marissa does not delay gratification and focus as much as Marissa thinks she does. And so there's a difference in the way they look at that. And Heather thinks that she does have self-discipline and self-regulates. And Marissa thinks, well, no, I could do better on that. You think you need to be a little better at controlling yourself, right?
Yes.
Which is great insight on your part. And both mom and daughter say Marissa is honest and truthful when they both admitted in their pre-interviews
That she
that
lies.
Marissa lies.
Yes.
Heather and Marissa made statements about that, which I think were interesting. Marissa needs to fix her inability to tell the truth over even the smallest issue.
Yes.
She lies to me about where she has been and who she has been with. Marissa lies outrageously. She got punched in the face by a boy at school and told people that her father hit her. Now, Marissa says, I think I need help with lying over simple things. I lie about what happens at school, stuff like that. Dr. Phil, can you help me tell the truth to my mom and not lie over the smallest things?
One thing about lying is that it is a learned behavior. And one of the big reasons why kids begin to lie is they don't want to disappoint us. How we respond is going to be critical on whether or not she's going to come again and tell you and open up. This kid, every kid needs to feel safe, accepted, and enough. And those are the keys that you're going to help her in order to be able to open up and have that communication.
I agree.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.